and cryptos, another episode. We're going to go ahead and talk about today a little bit about Bitcoin mining. We're not going to get super technical. We're not going to go into all the hash rate, exactly how to mine and all that kind of stuff. But I know that this is one of the things that Ian and I get on a daily basis from people who don't know anything about Bitcoin. This is something that we struggle with a little bit, with trying to get people to understand Bitcoin. So we think we have a decent way to explain it. But Ian, go ahead, explain some of those misconceptions here that you get sometimes.
Yeah, sure. I know people think, think of mining. They think, I'm going to take a pickaxe and go, hit a rock kind of thing. So they're kind of a lot of the times like, what exactly is Bitcoin mining? It doesn't make a lot of sense to them. How can you mine something online? Exactly what is the point of it? There's a lot of questions that kind of go into it. I wouldn't say so much as a misconception, just a little bit more of I have no idea what this is. So do you want? I know you were telling me about an analogy. Do you want to explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so I know one of the things that I really like to try to do on this channel is come up with some analogies for you guys, because I feel like that's the best way to kind of explain things in layman's terms here. Now, even me, I don't understand everything from the technical and programming side of mining. Okay, I know that I could buy an ASIC miner and go ahead and plug it into my wall, but I don't know exactly what programs are being used, exactly where all of that's going and stuff like that. But I can explain that the way that Bitcoin mining works, Bitcoin actually is created through mining, created through the engineering process there. And it would be like if I had a bunch of my 7th graders in a room, okay? And I want to go ahead and have them come in on a Saturday to go ahead and fill out worksheets, all right? Now, if they're filling out these worksheets, they need an incentive to be there on a Saturday. I can't just have my 7th graders come in on a Saturday because they're going to be like, what's in it for me? So same thing works with Bitcoin. You can have people decentralize the network and see our video on decentralization for the analogy on that and how that works. But they need a reward. They need an incentive to be able to actually perform that task. And that incentive, in this case, is Bitcoin. So if I have my 7th graders in the classroom, I can say, okay, if you guys come in on Saturday, for every single worksheet you complete, you're going to get a Twinkie. Or 12 Twinkies, all right, for every worksheet that you complete. So they come in on Saturday, they go ahead, complete a worksheet, they're collecting Twinkies. Same thing works with the Bitcoin blockchain, all right? I go ahead, I complete a block, and then I end up getting Bitcoin in return. Now, it's gotten much more competitive over the years. So it's not like you can go ahead and hook up your computer and start collecting 1 Bitcoin at a time anymore, because you're competing against hundreds of thousands of other teammates or classrooms or whatever it is for those Twinkies or Bitcoin. So it's not like, don't assume that, I just plug in my computer and I can get Bitcoin. Unfortunately, it doesn't necessarily work that way anymore. In the early days, it did, but right now, it has gotten a lot more competitive.
Yeah, you need a lot of power. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. There are a lot of companies now, large companies that do a lot of Bitcoin mining. You can't just really do it on your own anymore. But how would you say? How does that work ultimately, in regards to mining with the halving event? We talked about the halving event that goes on. I know that. How does that affect the rewards that are paid out with the Twinkies?
Well, as Bitcoin gets more expensive, let's say the Twinkies are getting larger and larger and larger, which with the way that they're becoming. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to give you 6 Twinkies that are this big, right? Same thing. I'm not going to give you a bunch of Bitcoin that are crazy expensive. So every 4 years, those rewards are actually cut in half. So the amount of Bitcoin that are rewarded for every single person who completes a block is cut in half from what the original or from what the previous rewards were.
And and just kind of an analysis on that. That goes back to look at Satoshi's engineering of it, creating a finite supply of 21 million, knowing that the demand, well, theorizing that demand is going to increase, and that, like you said, the rewards therefore are going to go up in value in terms of a Bitcoin. So you can't pay out $200,000 to someone every time they, mine a Bitcoin. So. No, that makes a lot of sense, and I think it was engineered beautifully. Thank you, Satoshi. So yeah, at this point, that kind of concludes the brief analysis of Bitcoin mining in a nutshell. So
right.
Thank you guys so much for coming.
The like button.
Smash it.
The like button.
Smash the like, and share the video.
Subscribe button.
And subscribe. Yeah, that'd be wonderful. All right, and we'll see you guys next time.